The topic today is the Smart City KPI metrics and SDG monitoring dashboard. So I will split this topic into two phases. First, the smart cities, particular on the KPI matrices. Then second topic is sustainable development growth, SDG goals, monitoring dashboards, particularly on the smart cities. So here the topic is smart cities. Let's begin with understanding why KPI is more importance in the smart city. KPI means key performance indicator or the heartbeat of the smart cities. Globally, cities like Singapore, Amsterdam, and Dubai and Abu Dhabi, we have KPIs to track energy efficiency, mobility, and digital indicators. And Indian smart emissions adopts a similar approach, tailoring matrices to our unique challenges, population densities, infrastructure gaps, and socio-economic diversities. For example, before getting into that, why the KPI matrix is very important. For example, in any companies, the key performance indicator is a main matrices for analyzing the particular individual for a performance appraisal. For example, if you go for any performance, if I go for a performance appraisal in a yearly wise, they have some KPI matrices, key performance indicator, like how you performed for the project, how you are giving a value to the company, how extracurricular activities you are doing for that, then giving what are the extra lectures or any outgoing activities, inbound activities. So lot of key parameters they are having into accountability. So that overall account of KPI matrices will give you the overall how much percentage you are contributed to the system. Similar way, in a KPI matrices, in a smart city, we have to first think about the environmental concern. Second thing is the how the transportations. Third thing, how the economy will be, how the well-being of an individual life of a person. Then final thing is the how it is monitored. So this is a comprise of the KPI matrices, particularly on the smart cities. So this is today's agenda is about the introduction to smart cities, importance of KPI, the global trends and ranking, and the Indian smart city mission, and key KPI categories, case studies and challenges and opportunities, followed with the conclusions and recommendations. Okay, before jumping to the session, I need to play about one video that is available in YouTube itself. The project called NEOM, the line project in Saudi Arabia. It started 5 years back itself in Saudi Arabia. They are the country having to convert the entire cities into a smart city. Their project name is the LINE, LINE, the NEOM. So before I'm getting into the topic, I just want to video to refresh yourself and then what the topic is about. Okay.
For too long, humanity has existed within dysfunctional and polluted cities that ignore nature. Now, a revolution in civilization is taking place. Imagine a traditional city and consolidating its footprint, designing to protect and enhance nature. The line will be home to 9 million residents and will be built with a footprint of just 34 square kilometers. And we are designing it to provide a healthier, more sustainable quality of life. The line's communities are organized in 3 dimensions. Residents have access to all their daily needs within 5-minute walk neighborhoods. And the line's infrastructure makes it possible to travel end to end in 20 minutes with no need for cars, resulting in 0 carbon emissions. By leveraging AI technology, services are autonomous, saving you time and effort. Designed by world-leading architects, the line is 500 meters tall, 200 meters wide, 170 kilometers long, and housed within an elegant mirror glass facade. Intelligent solutions create efficiency and year-round temperate microclimate with natural ventilation. Energy and water supplies are 100% renewable. The line is designed as a series of unique communities, offering a wealth of amenities, providing equitable views and immediate access to the surrounding nature. With 40% of the world accessible within 6 hours at the heart of the globe's key trade routes, a place for commerce and communities to thrive like nothing on earth seen before. The Line, the city that delivers new wonders for the world.
Hope this video is visible to everyone, right?
Yes, sir. It's
Okay,
visible.
Okay, do you want to repeat or I will go for that? Because it's actually, see, most of them know about that. So again, I will give some information about this video. Then I will go for that our presentation, so that it will be very easy for you to how the smart city mission and what are the initiatives taken by the government and either global government or globally or Indian. It will clearly define. So this project is called the Line. It's a 42-kilometer stretch. Completely all the around surroundings in the fit in the complete the glass completely the glass is made up of some solar, so renewable energy, all the things. Only thing is the main concept of this construction is to reduce the pollutant gas, to make our environment green with sustainable nature. So this is the revolutions taken. This is a high-end version. Actually, this project is not just a video. It's actually before 5 years it started building all the construction equipments, everything already into process. So before that, I will just a 2 minutes video. Again, I will going to play. Just see one more time. It will have more clarity on it.
For too long, humanity has existed within dysfunctional and polluted cities that ignore nature. Now, a revolution in civilization is taking place. Imagine a traditional city and consolidating its footprint, designing to protect and enhance nature. The Line will be home to 9 million residents and will be built with a footprint of just 34 square kilometers. And we are designing it to provide a healthier, more sustainable quality of life. The Line's communities are organized in 3 dimensions. Residents have access to all their daily needs within 5-minute walk neighborhoods. And the Line's infrastructure makes it possible to travel end to end in 20 minutes with no need for cars, resulting in 0 carbon emissions. By leveraging AI technology, services are autonomous, saving you time and effort. Designed by world-leading architects, the Line is 500 meters tall, 200 meters wide, 170 kilometers long, and housed within an elegant mirror glass facade. Intelligent solutions create efficiency and year-round temperate microclimate with natural ventilation. Energy and water supplies are 100% renewable. The Line is designed as a series of unique communities, offering a wealth of amenities, providing equitable views and immediate access to the surrounding nature. 40% of the world accessible within 6 hours at the heart of the globe's key trade routes, a place for commerce and communities to thrive like nothing on earth seen before. The Line, the city that delivers new wonders for the world.
Yeah. Okay. So come to our topic. Now, what is smart city mission? The government initiate in India, particularly in India, the government initiative to develop 100 cities with smart infrastructure, service, and governance, focusing mainly on the city-friendly, sustainable, and urban living. And the use of technology for efficient service delivery encourages public-private partnerships, which includes this is smart city mission is started in the year 2016 itself. Starting that time, Indian government selected 26 cities. Now in 2025, it is actually selected 100 cities for that smart city mission that focus everything on the sustainable nature. So in actually this is launched in the year 2015 under the Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs, focusing on improving our infrastructure, service, and governance using smart technologies. It's cover 100 cities through competitive process. You have competitive process in the sense that you have to select the cities. It should have a proper water supply, water waste management, then sewage plant, then smart transportation, economy, ease of living. So it concern all this. The Indian government selected 100 cities. In Tamil Nadu, actually 13 cities are selected. First in that initial stage, first is Coimbatore. Actually, they selected. So this smart city mission encourages public-private partnership, which is actually that 50% of the cost is given by the central government and state government, remaining few percentage by the city people, then remaining volunteers. Like lot of split ups is happening for that public-private partnerships. So then why there is a need of smart cities? To address the rapid urbanization challenges and improve the quality of life through efficient resource management and inclusive growth. That is why the need of smart cities is there. The main point is the rising urban population and pressure on infrastructure, the need for better mobility, housing, water, and sanitation. Which means comes into the transportation, the majority of the cost is given only for the transportation, because nearly the transportation, the emission of by the transportations is giving enormous amount of it's spoiling the eco-friendly nature. So for example, if you come to Bangalore or any metro cities or non-metro cities, if you want to travel a 2 to 3 kilometers, it will take 30 minutes to 40 minutes. So a lot of more urbanization and more population towards the cities and metro cities and like urbanization is happening. So the transportation is the bigger problem. So we have to raise a concern about the need of better mobility. And second thing is the housing. Regarding the housing part, so people stay in apartments, so people stay in so much of congested places. So the proper waste management, sewage system, drainage system, we have to think more on that. And the infrastructure given for their housing is another challenges. Then water and sanitation. So the why the need for smart city is that the environmental sustainability and pollution control, and thereby there is a need of transparency and responsiveness in the governance, boosting economic opportunities and the digital inclusion. For example, if you think about that, if you go for any mining industry or any paper making industry or any industries, if you go for that, that in the front gate they will show how much pollution cost, how much is the air quality, how much is the today's waste management. So all the digital data are displayed in the front of any gate. If you go for example, if you go for Metur power plant, they will clearly mention how much generated, how much it is generated by the renewable source, how much the air pollutant, how much content waste management, like that. So all these displays particular, for example, particularly on the metro process. Similarly, if the smart cities in your home itself, if you have any dashboard kind of systems to digitally transform how much is the air pollution, where is the congested area, where the traffic is more, so what are today's event, what are today's problems. So it addressing in a single page, we can easily monitor and easily can diagnose and easily can work on it in a smarter life. So that's why we need a smart cities where the population and pollutant are higher and higher. For smart cities is mandatory. Then what is the smart city concept? A city that uses a digital solution to enhance service, sustainability, and citizen engagement. The smart city uses digital and data-driven solutions to optimize urban service and foster a high quality of all life for all citizens. Particularly ICT-based planning and management. The ICT means information and communication technology in urban planning. Then real-time monitoring of utilities like water, electricity, and waste. So now I don't know about Tamil Nadu, but if you come to Coimbatore, if you come to Bangalore, the cities, all the water, if you stay in apartment, you clearly know that how much utilization of water per day is monitored, and it is digitally displayed also. based on our usage of, for example, if we have 100 flats in an apartment, for 100 flats, each house, how much water is consumed per day, per month, and how the electricity is similar kind of water is also tracked. Based on the usage, they are putting the cost. So similar way it is happening to all the cities, means the water management will be having more smart. Then come to the smart mobility and energy and environment. Smart mobility, the includes traffic management, public transport, and walkability. See, for example, if you are working if you are in a UK, if you know that if you come by a car by solo, they will not allow in some places. You have to take you have to take some pillion riders also. So nowadays here car is a luxury thing, but there it's actually here if you are single person ride a car, for that it will emissions coming more. So the shareability, the public management, public transport facilities and walkability will enhance the transport so that it will have a smart mobility is increased. Then citizen centric services, which is e-governance, health, education. Coming to that sustainability part, green building, renewable energy, and open spaces. This is the comprises of smart city concept. See, this is mainly covered by information and communication technology, so that it will enhance the environment, and it makes the environment become more greener and greener. Then, what are the challenges faced by the urbanization? Challenges faced by urbanization. Urbanization is both the opportunity and the challenges. For example, by 2030, nearly 40% of Indian will live in the cities only. That's massive shift. If you think about 2012, there is less number of populations moving into the cities. By 2030, the 40% is moving to it. It is a drastic shift in that. But when it comes to the needs for smarter planning, better infrastructure, and inclusive growth, also, okay, we must build cities that don't just expand but evolve. Cities that attract investment, energetic employment, and generate high quality of life also. So high quality of life, coming to the part of high quality life in the sense, the pollutant free, stress free, and make the life smoother. So here the statistics report 36% India lives in urban areas, that is on the 2021. Now 40% by 2030, 40% India population contributes 75% Indian GDP by the urban cities. So the comprehensive development of physical, institutional, social, and economical infrastructure is needed. The main goal is to improving the quality of life, attracting the people and investments to the city, setting the motion to virtuous cycle of the growth and development. Coming to the right hand side, if you see that the Indian rapid urbanization trends from report from 2021 to 2025. So this all the data is taken from the Ministry of External Affairs, Government of India. So from 2021, if you see that the census total town is 5,161. If you think the 2025, 10,600 total towns are there. So this growing footprint, urban footprint share is like increasing day by day in enormous amount. So that we have to, that's why we are going first, particularly on the smart cities and the very pollutant are clear. Main causes why we need for this is because of the environmental pollution. Then what is the objective of smart cities? It's provide core infrastructure and give a decent quality of life to the citizen and clean and sustainable environment and application of smart. For example, I'm going to actually one of it is I went to Japan. So actually what their mentality and our mentality is entirely different. For example, actually I am working in a lab where small amount of acid, for example, 2 ml, it's actually my personal experience I'm sharing with you guys. Actually, I am working on a battery materials. In that, just 5 ml, I used 2 to 5 ml of hydrochloric acid mixed in a 1 liter of water. So 2 to 5 ml in 1 liter, in a 1 liter, it's not a big deal. So what happened? I will throw this 1 liter into a sink. Usually in a lab, 1 liter of some very minute 2 ml or 3 ml of sulfuric acid, if you pour it on the sink, it doesn't create anything. Very less quantity only. But what happened when I put that 1 liter on the sink, alarm got started. So some safety engineers come to the lab. Then he asked me what happened. Actually, I put 1 ml or 2 ml of sulfuric acid in 1.5 liter or 1 liter. So actually, due to that, I will actually put that. I'm not going to use that. I will put it in the sink. Then he take a management class for me for another 60 minutes. I take it to the management room. In front of 4 dignitaries are there. So they will take a class like that. See, for example, if you put a water on the sink, it will go to the sewage unit, then the sewage to pond, then pond, from the pond we directly intaking. So you are polluting the entire environment. So because they in their area they don't have any mineral water or something, they will just have the tap water itself. That's why they are very concerning on that. But one thing I'm thinking is we are not utilizing our environment with a proper manner. Similarly, for example, their country is more concerned on the well-being and the smart cities and how the healthy environment, how the living of the individual person, they are more concerned on that. And also the technology is drastically increased there. That I see that for information communications like that. So just a 1 ml in a 1 liter, it's making an alarm. That much sensitive information, sensitive sensors are placed on the all these things. So if anything happen, it may alarm, and within 2 to 3 minutes, it will all the safety measures are taken. So that much level of technology advancement there. Mainly think about the environmental sustainability and make their environment very greener. So here, in our main objective of the smart city is to provide core infrastructure and give us a decent quality of life to the citizen and clean and sustainable, and mainly focused on sustainable inclusive development. The picture will clearly show about what are the 4 major smart city for a particular for smart cities. First is the smart living. Second is the smart environment. Third is the smart mobility. And fourth is the smart economy and governance. Coming to the smart life, sewage and sanitation. That is the main root cause for the pollutant of an individual home. So daily we have to dispose our waste things, and we have the sanitation, everything we are disposing to the environment. But environment in the sense we are giving to the cities. So we have to manage the thing. Then second thing is the water supply. Third is the electricity. Then housing and health and open space we require. This is for smart living. Then coming to smart environment, that is converted to pollution, green building, and renewable energy. So for the renewable energy only, our government is focusing to more focus on solars. So you have to build solar plant and everything. So solar, they are giving subsidies for if you put up solar plant on your home terrace like that. So pollution activities like for example, if you come into the pollution in the particular on the automobile sector, BS6, now BS7 is coming. So stringent norms for emissions. Now they are reducing by 2030. They're completely reducing the petrol engine, diesel engines, more focused on the hybrids and electric vehicles and advanced technologies like hydrogens. I am being an automobile engineer. So I am an automobile engineer. How I seeing the growth of the automobile sector? Initially, automobile is run by petrol and diesel, then CNG gas. After that, the new technology came, that alternate technology that is called hybrids, then pure hybrid. Then after the transformation of hybrid, then it moves to the batteries, fully operated battery vehicles. But these if you think about electric vehicle is more safety? No. It is it's a savior for the automobile department? No. The final enhancement of the automobile department is, as my view on that, is hydrogen engines. What is hydrogen engine? In the sense, Because last 200 years we are working on the so much of engines, petrol, CNG, diesel, everything. But if you drastically convert this petrol diesel to eliminate, and then if you are involving into an EV, there is no engine, no component manufacturer, no powertrain components, so no mechanical components in the electric vehicle only comprises of battery, motor, power electronics. Like that, only three components. So in that case, if electric vehicle came flourishing also, the manufacturers who supplies nuts, bolts, washers, like small components also drastically affected. When the technology is transformed, we have to balance the economy also. The economy of individual persons will not affect. We cannot compromise the technology also. In that case, my view on that is hydrogen engine. So hydrogen engine we already developed 200 to 300 years. Only there is a small tweak in the fuel in supply. So here fuel is the hydrogen gas. So hydrogen gas is very light gas, and there is no odorless gas, and it is very high density gas. So that actually, if you the hydrogen intake from the cylinder to engine, if you have some modifications which will not come the hydrogen come out of the environment, it is safer. So if we tweak that system, when the main thing is we are not developing the engine, we are just tweaking and modifications happening inside the engine, so that the engine is fed into the system and would have a more safer flammability means, then we are entirely, that is long-term sustainability, because the tailpipe emission is zero. Then another thing is the fuel cell technology. That is another topic. So this is more concern on the mobility part. In smart mobility side, cities more focusing on the public transport and walkability and shareability, like carrying a vehicle. So particularly in the transport part, we have to more concern on that. More and more budget is Indian government is giving budget to the transport department for actually by converting the diesel buses into electric buses. They are more concerned on the metros, more concerned on the EVs. So the transport is main target for the administration and also for the smart cities. Second is traffic management. So traffic management, they actually nowadays there is not strict to the 2 to 3 minutes or 1 minute like that. Depend upon the traffic congestion, it automatically moves. For example, one area if it is 2 minutes, another area it is 3 minutes. It is not mandatory to wait on 3 minutes. Depend upon the traffic congestion and traffic things that automatically system manage and open the signals. And then walkability. Coming to the walkability, see our in Coimbatore itself, more places, more pavement like race course or some other places having more pavements for the guys to run more on walking. Similar way, not only on the particular area. So there is a separate space for walking, separate space for cycling, and separate for example, if you have from Kandipuram to PSG, if you want to come to that needs, there is no separate way for the walking persons and for the cyclings. That have to be promoted. So that comes under smart mobility. Then the smart economy and e-governance, that employment opportunity, particularly on the employment opportunity, everyone is moving towards the smart cities. So more crowd is coming there. So the employment opportunities is more. So and also we have to think about the sustainable nature and eco-friendly things. Then coming to education, city connectivity, and online citizen services and cultural activities. Now everything is online. Before that, we have to go on each department. For nowadays, if you concern for any service regarding the government, everything is online. So like promoting, so don't need to walk or don't need to spend more energy on that. So that's why online citizen services is one of the smart economics and governance and cultural activities. So this is the overall objective and overall four majority of things to be needed to compute for the smart cities. So like I said earlier, 2015 from the Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs. So MOHU launched the Smart City Mission on 25th June 2015. Cities were selected based on the population, economy, budget-wise, how wealthier, how the partnership, public-private partnership. Based on that, they selected the cities. A selection process is a challenging method which includes two stages. First is the number of eligible cities nominated by the respective states through a interstate competition. The main focus is identify key challenges faced area need improvements. Similarly, for example, the states have to give represent the state the city's name. For example, if we Tamil Nadu actually Chennai, Coimbatore, Salem, Madurai, Trichy, then Hosur, then some of the places which is actually more populated as well as more economy, and the city should be make it to be a smart city. That's actually company that state have to give represent some of the cities. So for the selection process. From that, the main focus on key challenges faced and need improvements. So from that, the central government and state government activists and some of the professionals selected 100 cities for that mission. Particularly, I am talking about in India. The following timeline shows the progress. Starting from 2015, now June 28, shifting Shillong to 100, actually 100 now is going on. So for the core elements, the main concern is the water supply, then electricity, sanitation, mobility, and affording. All the things we already discussed. But because of that, so these are the core elements for the smart cities. What are the solutions given for the smart? So, for example, if you compose about the e-governance and citizen services, the particular topic on the smart e-governance. So, the public information and grievance resolution. So, electronic service delivery, citizen engagement, citizen city eyes and ears, video crime monitoring. So, all the cities are connected with the now with the surveillance camera. So, all the things. If anything happen, you have to respond, and it will automatically trigger some of the needs stations or any government officials. It will take to the concerned problem, and they will come in a 5 to 10 minutes. So, that level of ICT, information communication technology is developed now nowadays in cities. And third thing is the main third thing is citizen engagement. So governments are putting some of the incentives, some of the programs, everything for smart mobility, smart sustainability, everything. But the responsibility by an individual is the main concern. How we can take it, how we're going to follow the government rules, how we are engaging with the smart city plans, as well as our individuality plays a major role in that. So regarding that waste management, the waste to energy fuel, waste to waste water treatment, recycling and reduction of C&D waste. So coming to waste management, now they are initiating with it. So some of that waste for that paper waste, hard waste, liquid waste, like that, they are segregating like different terms. Even if you're coming to the cities, they will have that waste management, the services provided by that sanitary department. They will come up with a different scale of buckets. Was e-waste or any normal waste, food waste, like that, they segregate and then put it in the different environment so that it will not create extra additional problems. Then urban mobility, smart parking, intelligent traffic management, integrated multimodal transport. This is comes under urban mobility. Particular, for example, the smart parking. Before that, we need an entire space like 1 floor or 2 floor. We need to have a parking slot. Now it is actually like step-by-step arrangement. It's like a multi-stories. Whenever, for example, if you go to any hospital, like for example, if it is happening in a lot of malls, I've seen in there in the our Kupsami Naidu, there is a parking slot. It's actually currently I've seen that. See, there is a multi-story building. If you park your vehicle, it will take you to somewhere. Once you give the card, it automatically comes to your place like that. Some of this is smart parking like that. So intelligent traffic system, I already discussed about that, because see, for example, it is not a fixed timing, like 2 minutes or 3 minutes or 1 minute. Depend upon the traffic congestions, depend upon the places where it requires less time, where it takes more time, it automatically shifts and open the signals. So integrated multimodal transport, in the sense, people should not rely on any one mode of transport. Like if you have a car, if you have a bike, so people have to go with sharing kind of things. Majority of the cities have to be used public transport, and the overall thing is to reduce the emission and eco-friendly and make the environmental go green like that. Similarly, with the water management, smart meters and management, leak identification, water quality monitoring. So everything's already is there, but we have to utilize it properly. So then the fourth point is energy management. The smart meters, which already we have renewable source of energy and energy efficient green building. Green building in the sense, we have to ventilate it's not about the material, the harmful materials used for the construction we need to avoid, and more ventilations and giving more space, open spaces. And then we have to grow up plants and then as in the walls or something like that. So there comes under green building, and we main thing is you have to as a hazardous element you have to avoid that, and the material should be reusable also. For in that case, the reusable in the sense now the building are constructed by not with the cements and I mean not with the huge cements and bricks. They are now going with the iron bars like that. So for example, if it is iron bar, they come and place the iron bar instead of pillars and columns. They will be above and below. They are putting the cements everything. Whenever you not required, you demolish it that and take the iron back. So so much of advancement is happening on the green building. Before that, bricks are used. Now that small weightless things are used, and that is also reusable. So much of things are coming for the green building. So and also energy efficient. So we have to utilize our every energy in a useful manner, and we have to efficiently utilize it. Other thing is the telemedicine, tele-education, incubation, trade facility centers, and skill development. So see, if all the things are now you can only see in the metro cities and all the cities also. So the smart solutions in the sense we have to effectively utilize all the things under government norms. As a individual responsibility, we have to follow all the rules and regulations of the smart cities. Then these are all the list of 100 cities selected in India. So particularly in Tamil Nadu, we have so much. We have the data so that particularly Tamil Nadu is selected. So this is the 100 cities. So Jammu and Kashmir are yet to be come up with one nomination each from the number of cities, and 4 nominated cities: Chennai, Hyderabad, Ahmedabad, Mumbai, are populations of over 5 million. So 30% cities. These are some of the statistics how they selected the 100 cities and what are the list of cities they selected. Just to show image that how the cities are selected. So this is a state where smart cities will come up. So for these are the 100 cities. It's actually that in Tamil Nadu you see that 12 cities are come up with the smart cities plan. But regarding that the 12 cities, out of 12, first sanctioned is the Chennai and Coimbatore. So this is a total states where smart cities will come up. So the vision is to drive the economic growth, improve quality of life by enabling technology into smart outcomes. The integrated two strategies, the pan city or area-based development. That area-based development comes under the 3 topics. First is redevelopment, retrofitting, greenfield projects. So redevelopment in the sense replacement and create a new column, minimum 30 acres of land required. That is the paper like that. So redevelopment in the sense we have to demolish our outdated and old cities which get moved and transform that into a greener cities like that. Retrofitting, planning in existing interwise areas. Then regarding the greenfield project, it's like smart. They constructed there are smart solutions in providing area using for in our planning. So coming to the right hand side, you see that key features. Smart city plans aim to ensure a sense of inclusiveness among citizens, irrespective of age, gender, economy. There is one city which wide solution benefiting all things. Example, some of the cities with their specific things. For example, right the below top right bottom, you see that the cities, what are the cities, what are solutions making. For Barcelona, promoted solar energy to increase sustainability. So the completely surrounded with majority, they are going to replace the electricity with using solar energy. Promoted so more solar energy. Then in China, bike sharing to improve public mobility. To sharing bike to improve mobility in sense, if I want to travel from this much before that we having that shared ride in Ola, Uber, everything we have the bike sharing. Now they stopped because of the economy, because of the politics and internal things, internal economy wise, and it will suppress. So the government have to take more initiative on the bike sharing. In Palavaram, if you see that encouraging citizens to finance sewage system through connection deposit and user fees. For example, if you go and put it in somewhere, they will give some charges. For example, one of the common thing is if you take the plastic bottles collected at plastic bottles, waste plastics, if you put it in somewhere, they will give you some money. Similar way, if you, for example, in railway, one of the initiative, if it's long time it is initiative. If you see that if you go to railway station, if you have a bottle, only water is filling, it has some other charge. If you buy a bottle, some other charge. This is to reduce the plasticity and it will encourage the individual person to help for the sewage system. The London mayor receive consent data or Twitter feeds to respond to the citizen leaks. So, for example, if you this can be social economical viability. Social economic in the sense we can use the social platform to encourage these things like that. So, in the first phase, what are the things cities and what are the ranks of the cities? They are converting the normal cities into smart cities. For actually 2016, 20 cities, including 5 states capital, selected to be the smart city mission. 5,000 crore, 50,000 crores investment proposed over 5 years till 2019. But think about that, in 2023, nearly 1 lakh crore is invested for every city, each cities, to receive 200 crores in first year, then 100 crore. Implementation special purpose vehicle for each cities. Special purpose vehicle in the sense for cleaning the road, for cutting the plants and taking the waste things, everything comes under special purpose vehicle. In Coimbatore or some cities, you can see that normal highways or roadways, they are sweeping the road with some machines, cleaning this everything. And if you see that sewage, waste management taken, people have to go with, initially they will come with the that four-wheelers, small rickshaw kind of things. Nowadays, the machines will automatically take the dustbin and put it there, everything. So some of the comes under special purpose vehicle. Smart robots are there. So this is some of the initiatives taken by the government to reduce the reduce the e-waste or waste managements like that. So 96 submitted proposal after receiving 2 crore from planning support. Telangana replaced Hyderabad, JK and UP yet to be financed. The final Rubin selected 40 more cities began on the April 2016. Now the ranking will come. See, these are the 2023 updates. Smart city projects, top 20 cities. So starting from 1 to scale from 1 to 20, this is one starting Bhubaneswar, Pune, Jaipur, Surat, Kochi, Ahmedabad. So these are the Davangere. These are some of the ranking 2020 update by the smart city project. Our Coimbatore comes under the 11th thing. So 1,500 of the crores, retrofitting of the 1,020 acres, smart water distribution monitoring system, real-time leak detection, 24/7 supply good. So these are some of the initiatives taken by the Coimbatore. So ICT-based traffic and governance and LED street lighting and solar energy initiatives. See, nowadays our Coimbatore is like full of LED streets made up of solar energy initiatives. So 2 megawatt solar plant and Ukkadam sewage farm itself. And pedestrian-friendly model roads in Araspuram and Pilamade areas, like lake rejuvenation project, like Namma Coimbatore, like that I love, like that. People have more volunteers to enhance with the more volunteers with the government servants. They are giving awareness program and cleaning activities, vendor planting like that. So some of the key initiative, one of the some of the key initiative is that lake rejuvenation projects. Ukkadam and Periyakulam area for flood control and public spaces, and focus on walkability, safety, and sustainability. So these are the our Coimbatore comes under 11th cities in the 11th rank in the whole India, comes under smart city projects. That focus investment by sector level. See, the overall aim is to the quality of life and well-being. So the livability, competitiveness, and sustainability. So livability means public transport, sewage waste management, housing and service. In competitiveness, e-governance, economic growth, and transparency in service. Sustainability, reduction of noise pollution, river pollution, and air pollution. So in the left-hand side, you see that focus and investment by sector. So these are the investment by sector itself. For example, if you go for smart cities, convert the normal city to smart city, the first is the 16.6% is given for the urban transport, because the urban transport is the main root cause for carbon emission, noise pollution, and degrading the environment, everything. So we are thinking about urban transport as the major thing. So more focus on the urban and area development. So like their government initiative like SIPCAT or industrial areas or IT parks. So they segregate all the sector wise. They are sector wise. They are segregating actually. That's why that comes under area development. Then economic development, energy. So the people focusing on solar, wind power, renewable energies like that. So IT, information and communication solutions, housing, and water supply. That the non-metro transport, sorry, non-motorized transport and pedestrian. Non-motorized transport in the sense cycle and walking, pedestrian. Otherwise, others environment, stormwater drainage, social sector, solid waste management. If you go for any well-developed countries well-developed countries are already into a well-developed position, if you go there, their living community and living is entirely different. They're putting in a different space, and all manufacturing companies, industries in separate place, which is very far from the living community. Then IT parks, which is a separate community. So they will segregate the area, and then they will have the life of well-being and and also with the sustainability. They are more focusing on it. So these are the focus and investment by the sector. Okay. Some of the these will come some of the challenges based on the competitive and cooperative federalization, because first time for cooperative federalization in the sense, for example, sharing rate. Sharing rate is one of the very helpful for an individual when you are in an urban, when you are in a city. If you don't have a bike, if you don't have anything, if you want to go there to a specific location, bike sharing is very niche, very essential. But because of the some of the politics and then economy side and some of the businessmen, they are putting into that, they are now they're stopping the bike sharing. And if this competitively managed in the sense, if you auto, if you go by Ola, Uber, they are double the charging like that. For example, in Bangalore, if you go for night, for example, if you are coming in a early morning, like 4 o'clock to 5 o'clock, and that 3 to 4 something like that, there is no bus service, limited bus service. Then you have to rely on the auto or any Ola or Uber like that. If you go, if you, for example, it's happening every day. If you go for 3:30, if you book a cab something for less than 2 kilometers, they will not accept. The cab member, if you go any app, if you go for that, less than 2 to 3 kilometers, they will not accept. Only for 5 kilometers, 6 kilometers, they are charging more, so they want uh, they want more currency. So if you go for less than 3 to 4 kilometers, they will accept. So if you go and ask them directly, they, for example, instead of 150, they will charge 350 or 400. They will tell like that it is a short duration. So people have to mindset that you have to viable for that also. So what a conclusion in the sense is, the businessmen, politicians, and all the bureaucrats have to be synced together to make this happening. Smart city or any environment sustainability have to happen. The first time uses of challenge method for city selections and area-based development. This challenges is selection. This is for how the smart city is selected and what are the problems and how to mitigate them. So success depends on the strong leadership and decisive action by state and ULSBs. Stakeholders need clarity on retrofitting, redevelopment, and greenfield models. Planning phase demands major time and resource investments. Require active citizen participation. Requires active citizen participation. That is one of the key challenges there. Then come to the inference part. The smart city should include ICT information and communication technology to manage and operate efficiently. Beyond the technology, smart cities needed smart people to actively engage. In that sense, lot of activists, lot of organizations have to come forward to have to initiate this revolution. The participating citizen is enabled by that special purpose vehicle through increased use of ICT, especially mobile-based tools. Then multi-government permits, multiple government permits or slow down the smart city development process. If you keep, for example, it will take a long stretch of time. So if the government changes also, they will not hinder, they will not stop, or they have to continue what previous government have initiate for that. So it will keep on delaying. For example, one government is doing one new proposal, they will start and then they will go for 3 to 4 years. Next time it will not come means the second government will not hinder or stop the first project. So all the things putting in a chaos, so that the investment cost, time cost, everything have to concern on that. So this is like the simple word for everything is, even for a bureaucrat or businessman, requires active citizen participation, and we have to think on the greener way to make our earth very clean and globe green. So coming to the sustainable development goals monitoring dashboard in smart cities. It is nothing but they are determined 16 smart city goals, like that sustainable development goals. For example, it's simple manner I'm converting it as, if you are now, if you think about automobile or any car or two-wheeler, in before 5 years, you don't see any digital things. Digital things in the sense the speedometer will be on the analog one, only to this indication. It's like that they digitally they mention. Now everything is digital. Digital in the sense because to reduce the components, reduce the weight, and the information and communication should be more clarity and visible with color patterns like that. So if two-wheeler, same, like for example, if you have a car, if you drive a car, the front dashboard, in particular on that information infotronics, it will clearly tell about how much distance you travel, how much distance to empty, any hazard has happened, and what speed you are running, what the trip cost. I mean, everything is displayed on a small 5-inch or 6-inch display. Similar way, in smart cities also, in every home or every locality, every have any in commercial places, in public private places, it will show about the display, will show about what are the road conjunctions, what are today's air quality, what are the chaos going to happen, what are the advantages, or any new initiatives taken. So it will, if we have a display in it, so it will clearly you can see and you can process your life, leading a life like that. So this is comes under the sustainable development, that is digitally transform the monitoring into a dashboard. So that United Nations Sustainable Development SDGs goal, starting from SDG 1 to 16. SDG 1 is now poverty, that end poverty everywhere. That is the first and prime concern on all the SDG goals. If you take United Nations or European or ISO, any norms you can take it. The first goal is to have no poverty. Second thing is zero hunger. Third thing is good health. And fourth is quality education. See, if out of 16 things, the first five is this 5 to 8. Why I'm segregating is people not concerned on the economy. People only the if you go for any well-developed countries, their main focus on their environment rather than their economy. That's why smart countries, they will not invest anything on in industry. In the, for example, if it is if an industry is more going to pollute the environment, pollute in the water, pollute the soil, means they will not put their country into care. They will invest somewhere in the other source. They are getting outsourced. That's why cleverly they are managing. We come to the topic. SDG is no poverty. Then second is the zero hunger. Third is the good health. Fourth is the quality education. Fifth is the gender equality. Sixth is the clean water sanitation and clean energy and decent work and growth. And ninth is the industry and innovation, reduced inequality, sustainable cities, responsible consumption, climate action, live below water, live on land, and practice. So this is some of the 16 SDG goals and description. So I don't want to describe everything. You know everything already. I will at the end of the session I will share the PPT also. You can go and look through it. Then why it is needed? Why it is needed is this: it's a data-driven governance and real-time insight, measuring 2030 targets, our performance against UN. So what are the, see, for example, that UN standard or European standard or any standard, if we are getting into account, how we are in that area, how we are mitigating that, how we evaluate the performance against that standards. That is the measuring of targets. The fourth is the transparency and accountability. Build citizen trust in governance. So we have to first trust our governance, then we have to accept it, then we have to act. Then resource optimization, allocate funds in infrastructure where it is needed. So these are why this is the important thing for monitoring SDG is needed. So SDG is nothing but how much you spend. For example, how much government is giving, how much you are utilizing, how it is useful, how it is not useful, then real-time insights. So all data driven complete in a single dashboard, you can able to see that. The challenges in SDG monitoring, data fragments. Like lot of data come from the multiple sources like IoT, municipal records, survey, citizen app. So if you go for any feedback session also, so lot of feedback is coming, lot of information is coming. So the data is the main resource, main thing. So how the data is fragmented, how it is stored like that. So nowadays data is more than, now we are reducing the paperwork. Everything is on the digital thing. So digital in the sense data. So everything data have to be recorded or stored somewhere. So lot of storage space required, not in a storage device like physical or cloud or anywhere you can store. So the data need to be secured, and the data should be in the fragment so that it can easily be able to fetch from us. Then, for example, it is a bulk data. For example, it is a more than 100 tons of storage capacity, 100 things are there. Now we have to retrieve one information. It's very difficult. So data should be in a fragment, and that is a key challenge to fragment the bigger things. Then lack of standard indicators. Indicator in the sense local city matrices, global SDG indicators, leading to inconsistent in reporting. So standards have to be well defined. Then manual and versus automated reporter. Many cities still depending on the manual data collection, causing delays, errors, and reduced real-time availability. So people at any department nowadays utilizing the paper have to go with the digital things. Don't use paper like that. Like that, the government is promoting more on digital things. So if you go with the manual thing, a lot of chaos happen if it is the real time error and a lot of things going for that. So that's why we go for automated and manual digital things. Some of these are some challenges in the SDG monitoring. Coming to the case studies in Indian Smart City Mission, to launch, this is actually our city 2015, this launched and implemented special purpose vehicle. The same thing, area based approach, Pan City project. The Pan City project come with the smart mobility, governance, energy, waste, water like that. Then scale, impact, challenge, and legacy. These are some of the case studies of the Indian smart cities. So the main overall thing is to have the livability, completeness, and sustainable. So the three major concern is for overall objective. The limitations is the data privacy and security, high initial cost, then GPS mapping challenges. So some of these are the limitations concern. The future direction is towards integration of digital twins of cities. Create a virtual replica of urban environment of real-time monitoring and scenario planning. So once we developed any city, for example, if you for in that concern, if you are Coimbatore is completely into smart cities, so nearby cities like Tirupur, Erode, or nearby Salem. So from based once we organization creating a repository, creating a role model is difficult. Once you have a clear path, once you develop for that, you can easily replicate that for the other cities also. So blockchain for secure data sharing. This blockchain is that's tampering of proof data. So for example, it's mainly like if you have battery. For example, I'm working in one of the blockchain in the batteries. If you take a automobile car battery, see the cells are developed from one country. It transport from one country, and then where they that making the cells into a complete pack module like that. So who moduled this, who driven this, after once this battery is packaged, it is transported to the where the vehicle manufacturer. So the vehicle manufacturer have fitted on the battery pack. So when it is fitted, everything has to be in the top of it has to be noted. It should be a tamper proof also. So by then it comes to our user. So the user, if you see that, I ask, if you see that battery starting from the origin to till before our getting into our hands, you will see the complete history. So anything happen or mismatch or something, we can reroute to the particular specific domain and we can recreate it, and we can get the claim or anything we can. So in that case, now blockchain is for securing data is the future direction. Then AI driven. So AI, you know about that last 2 through 3 years, AI is nothing. Now in a drastic and massive towards all AI. So everything is AI now. Then GIS mapping with specific data support urban planning, tracking environment, and social indicators. So the conclusion is the monitoring SDG contribution to the sustainable and resilient smart cities and GIS mapping. This is for the particularly on the SDG part. So the overall wait, yeah. See, the overall objective is for smart living, smart environment, smart mobility, and eco governance. This is the whole four majority things for any smart cities have to follow. The four majority living environment mobility. The main concern is the citizen has to be responsive. Citizen has to take into initiatives from our individual things have to take into, and we have to trust our government, and government have to trust us, and then government have to be give incentives, promotions, then activities like awareness programs. So have to, it's like win-win situation for both individual as well as government as well as businessmen like that. So coming into account as individual responsibility to make our environment clean and green. This is the way the smart cities. So if you the individual have to think over it and act like this, each and every places make into a smart cities. Thank you guys. Any queries? This is actually it's not a technical thing. This is about environmental awareness and how the smart cities are governing and starts are promoting us to move forward. Okay, thank you guys.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Yes, yeah, go, Steve, yeah.
What are the policies or proposals in ensuring drinking water problems, avoiding drinking water problems in Indian cities? What are the assurance we can make? Or is there any policy to ensure adequate supply of drinking water?
Here actually in one of the concern I'm seeing here in the policy, I mean in metro cities, not in here in rurals, means the water management. The water management, for example, if you water meters is there, but how much particularly used based on the usage, if you are going for charging, means it will be a good healthy things for promotion for each individual homes like that. Is one of the key initiative taken by the metros actually.
So why I am asking is groundwater is depleting throughout Tamil Nadu and India.
Yes,
in ancient times, people started to live near the banks of rivers. Now, in the name of urban development, people are preferring to go for urbanization in areas where there is acute water shortage or groundwater level is very low. That's why I am asking, sir.
Yes, actually, government in every building have to have water harvesting plant, rainwater harvesting have to mandatory, and we have to abide by the rules for water management, water safety. I mean, water savings like that. But people have to obey the laws, and new initiatives already it is there, but we have to follow in a perfect manner. That is the only thing you have to enhance that rainwater harvesting and the water scarcity like that.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Sir, there is another question in chat box, sir. Apart from tracking, what does blockchain plays in smart cities, sir?
Blockchain is okay, a good question. Yeah, blockchain is nothing but it's actually not about the I'm giving example for a battery. Similar way, blockchain is a concept wherever any product if you are using, the usage, who is manufacturer, who is things. So throughout the journey, it have to be labeled on the cover itself. Label. It should not be. It should have not to be tampered. It is to be digitally placed. So you can monitor anywhere if any concern. For example, if you are using and that's why giving the example as a battery. So if you are using a battery, if it is life not coming because of the cell or because of the casing or because of electrolyte or because of hard use of our individuals, so any place where there is any chance of data privacy or any hampered things, means we can particulate where this happened, so that we can directly pitch in. So this is a concern on yours, so you have to take the responsibility, so that we directly directed to the particular specific problem, who it is caused, by whom it is caused. So similar way, that blockchain is happening for all. You have to follow for all the environment, all the things what we are using. So apart from tracking, blockchain is that like places smart cities, means that like construction or that government approvals for smart. If you are building an apartment, you have to concern on that. You have to file a guideline for that. So the guideline have to follow, or else we will not come up with deviations, something like that. So the blockchain concept is for everything, not only on that. Apart from tracking, so many opportunities like that. Opportunities is there for the blockchain. Any other things?
Participants, if you want any clarification, you can ask.
Yeah, particularly on the, if you are want to particularly on any e-mobility side or any urban mobility side, you can directly ask me. Yeah, because I am working on particularly on the automobile department. So in advanced engineering, particularly on the fuel cell, batteries, hydrogen engines, I worked in diesel engines, everything. So I will have a complete journey from petrol to now with hydrogen, how the transformation of mobility. Yeah, anything regarding to automobile is most welcome. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, ma'am. If there is no questions, we can close this session. You can go for.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. I have to wait here. I can end up here itself.
So you can end up, sir. We will be having quiz and feedback sessions that we will continue.
Okay. Thanks, participant. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, sir.